Terima kasih pemirsa, Anda kembali menyaksikan Zona Bisnis. Pemirsa, PT Frisian Flag Indonesia meresmikan pabrik baru di Cikarang dengan nilai investasi 3,8 triliun rupiah. Nilai investasi ini disebut terbesar dari produksi global Friesland Campina. Apa latar belakang investasi dan sejauh mana progres pengembangan bisnis Frisian Flag? Untuk selengkapnya diulas dalam special interview Kania Sutisnawinata bersama CEO Royal Friesland, Derek van Karnebeek.
Untuk memenuhi kebutuhan susu dalam negeri yang terus meningkat, salah satu perusahaan susu terbesar di tanah air, yakni PT Frisian Flag Indonesia atau FFI, kembali meresmikan pabrik susu baru yang akan menyerap 400.000 kilogram susu segar setiap hari dan menghasilkan 700 juta kilogram susu setiap tahun. Dengan menggunakan teknologi modern yang ramah lingkungan, pabrik susu ini berpotensi memproduksi 1 miliar kilogram produk susu setiap tahun. Dengan nilai investasi sebesar 257 juta euro atau setara dengan 3,8 triliun rupiah. Presiden Direktur Frisian Flag Indonesia, Baron van Wel, mengungkap jika pembangunan pabrik baru ini merupakan bentuk dukungan memajukan Indonesia melalui produksi susu yang bergizi bagi keluarga di Indonesia.
Well, thanks for your kind words on how much the brand is loved. And actually the first foundation of the brand is actually that love for the brand. We've been here for 100 years and we know that actually we bring good nutrition to Indonesian people. And that is actually our first pillar of our marketing strategy. We call that Nourishing Indonesia to Progress. And actually the Frisian Flag brand aims to provide the nutrition that is necessary for good brain and also sustained energy to be successful in life. So actually nutrition is a very important topic for us. And we know from our internal research, actually in Indonesia, dairy consumption is very low and there's a problem with stunting. 1 in 4 Indonesian children are stunted. And we actually look at our portfolio and we adjusted our portfolio and our products to make sure we provide the right nutrition to help combat that problem.
Dan untuk mengetahui sejauh mana progres pengembangan bisnis Frisian Flag Indonesia selama ini, inovasi apa saja yang telah dilakukan untuk turut serta dalam memajukan bangsa ini ke depan, selengkapnya akan diulas secara komprehensif dalam special interview bersama CEO Royal Friesland Campina, NV Jan Derek van Karnebeek. Berikut ini.
Halo, selamat datang di special interview. Saya Kania Sutisnawinata. Pemirsa, hari ini pabrik terbaru milik Frisian Flag Indonesia baru saja diresmikan dengan total nilai investasi hingga 3,8 triliun rupiah yang merupakan investasi terbesar perusahaan induk Friesland Campina secara global. Pabrik ini diharapkan dapat menjadi fasilitas penghubung di Asia Tenggara dengan kemampuan produksi hingga 1 miliar kilogram produk susu per tahunnya. Dan untuk mengetahui lebih lanjut mengenai komitmen Friesland Campina di Indonesia dan perkembangan bisnis produk susu ke depannya, sudah hadir bersama saya CEO Royal Friesland Campina NV, Jan Derek van Karnebeek. Pak Jan Derek, welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for taking your time to speak to us on this occasion. So first of all, congratulations on this new plant facility that was just inaugurated. Tell us a little bit more about the background on the decision of investing more here in Indonesia.
Happy to do so. The background goes back a long time. So as a company, we were privileged to start in Indonesia in 1922. That's more than 100 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of background. And we have had the good fortune to grow together with your country. So as Indonesia has grown, so have we grown. We had our original production facility actually at what at the time when we started was still at the edge of Jakarta. The city has grown and our business has grown, and therefore this was a good time to make an investment, and for us actually our biggest investment ever right here in Indonesia. Investing in what we call a greenfield plant, so a completely new production location to be able to also into the far future make nutritious products, dairy products we're proud of. So proud to be in Indonesia and proud today to open our new plant.
It's so funny, we were reflecting back, all of us here, we were reflecting when we were growing up, we used to drink, until now of course, cap bendera, right?
Yeah.
It used to be called that.
Exactly that, and that's good to see you here as a witness of how good this product is for you, looking so healthy and having had such a successful career. So yes, it's part of, I think, Indonesian society, part of growing up. And for us that's important, because what we strive to do is to bring nutrition to young children here in Indonesia, and I'm glad it was part of your upbringing, and I hope it's going to be part of the upbringing of Indonesian children going forward.
So tell us a little bit more about this production facility. Is also in line with Friesland Campina's commitment to reduce CO2 emission by 2030.
Yeah, so I
tell
think
us a little bit more, and why is this important for the company?
Well, the most important thing for us is to fulfill our commitments to society, and there is different commitments which are important here. First commitment is commitment to nutrition. In the country still, the opportunity to nourish Indonesian children, to make sure they get a balanced diet, is crucially important, and therefore for us to produce dairy products here is the key of what we do. And it's also important to do so with the most modern techniques and standards, and to make sure that we make all this production with a minimal impact on our environment. And that's in different areas. First and foremost, in our energy use. We use natural energy sources. We burn rice husks here, which are coming from the Indonesian fields, to make sure we have circular energy. The second thing which is important, on our roofs above us are solar panels. So we use solar energy for electricity. And important also is to take very good care of any wastewater we produce. So we have a state-of-the-art wastewater facility. So we use natural energy, solar power, treat our water well to make sure that we make all this production with as small a footprint as possible. That's important.
Oh, that's really nice. What kind of a production capacity are we talking about here in this plant facility?
We're talking big. This, even for our standards, is a very big production facility. So we are able to produce at the moment 700 million kilograms per year. We can expand to 1 billion. Now that's a big number.
Yes, it is.
We have to realize, of course, Indonesia is also a big country with a lot of mouths to feed, and it's a growing country.
Yeah.
And important, this is for us also a location from which we will be exporting across the region and maybe even outside the region. So also this is an export production location, which is good for the local economy and good for our company. And the last thing, which is also nice to add, we also here receive, and we can receive on a daily basis, 400,000 liters of locally produced Indonesian milk. And that's also important because next to the factory, we also support behind that the development of local dairy in Indonesia, helping local farmers, local cooperatives, about 30,000 farmers, 20 cooperatives in total, to bring their milk to market. So all of that happens right here.
So, but the initial production will be, the target would be 700
million liters per year, which is a lot.
Which is only for the Indonesian market.
That's only for the Indonesian market.
Okay.
And a bit of export to Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia as well. Yes, it's a big factory, but you have to realize you live in a very big and growing country as well.
How big is the Indonesian market for your global operation?
For us, it's a very big business. You have to realize we have 275 million people in Indonesia, in a country which is in fact geographically bigger than Europe and also growing faster than Europe. So for us worldwide, we have about 20,000 people, 2,000 of which work right here in Indonesia. So that gives you a feeling of how big this business is for us. So it's one of our biggest and most important businesses.
How important is Indonesia in the Southeast Asia region?
Within Southeast Asia, I can be very clear, Indonesia is our biggest operation. bigger than any other of the Southeast Asian operations, which again is logical because also Indonesia is the biggest country of Southeast Asia, both geographically but also a number of people, and also at the moment growing quickly. So this is key. Indonesia for us is the place.
Okay, we're going to take a short break and then we'll pick up the conversation right after these messages.
Very good.
Dan pemirsa tetaplah bersama kami, sesaat lagi kami akan segera kembali dengan special interview. Ya, pemirsa, Anda kembali menyaksikan special interview masih bersama dengan CEO Royal Friesland Campina NV, Jan Derek van Karnebeek. And Pak Jan Derek will continue our conversation. So we were talking about the strategy of your company. Friesland Company is the parent company of Frisian Flag Indonesia. What is the overall strategy of doing business in Indonesia?
Well, that's linked to our overall company strategy. Our company purpose, in fact, is nourishing by nature. So at the core of our strategy is to bring nutritious products to people. And dairy nutrition is especially important for its protein, which helps brain development, helps growth, and avoids stunting. And these things are still important, even today. And also in Indonesia, we have a growing, prosperous country, but we can still make meaningful steps forward in nutrition. We've done nutrition studies, and you still see that in Indonesia, some children still lack key nutrients to grow up in the most healthy possible way. You grow up very well because you told me you actually, when you were young, had susu bandera yourself, right? So at the core of our strategy is fundamentally providing nutrition. Indonesia in that context is a great place to be, because this is a big country, 275 million people. It's also still a young country compared to also lots of other countries. You still see good birth rates, lots of young people. And then we have a meaningful role to play. So for us, investing in Indonesia is a clear investment into the future, a country we believe in, from size, but also the talent of the people, the economic growth. For us, a key place to be, and when we made our choices, because this for us is a big choice, to invest 275 million euros, for us is a big decision, we felt very confident Indonesia is the right place to invest.
What has been some of the key challenges that Friesland Campina has to face in doing business in Indonesia, and how have you dealt with them?
Well, I think the challenges we've had the last few years are not that different for Indonesia, for the rest of the world. We've all gone, regrettably, through a very difficult time, and it seems long ago, but it is not, where we all had to deal with COVID and everything that caused in terms of impact was also hugely impactful here in Indonesia, impactful for our own people, and COVID happened in the middle of building this big new factory. Well, you can imagine what happens then. You cannot travel, things don't get transported, so it's challenging. The second challenging thing is probably that we do not do a big greenfield factory like this every day.
Sure.
And therefore, there's always new things you encounter, but we are very grateful for the level of cooperation we have received from the local regional government in making all of this possible, the support we have received from the ministry in making it all come alive. So in fact, we feel very much supported by Indonesia in making this investment, and the fact that we're here today and that the project, in spite of COVID and everything else, has ended on time, in full, within budget, is thanks to the hard work and talent of Indonesian people, but also the support we've gotten from the local government.
You talked about supporting the local dairy industry and also the farmers. What is the role that Friesland Campina has played in their life?
That's actually really important. It's nice maybe to say a few words about the history of the Friesland Campina company, because we've been here 100 years, but we exist 150 years. And Friesland Campina started and is still today a dairy cooperative, so the company is 100% owned by farmers.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that's still today, it's true. It's owned by 10,000 farmers, and they're the only owners of the company. So it's not a stock-listed company, not a private family company, it's owned by farmers. Therefore, we have a passion for dairy, but also a passion for the farming, which makes dairy possible. And here in Indonesia, we
And
are
can be emulated here as well?
yes, most definitely can be. Just to give you some facts and figures on that, we have capability to take in 400,000 liters a day of locally produced Indonesian milk. And that milk is being produced by about 30,000 farmers, which are again connected in about 20 cooperatives. And our role there is at the most basic level to take the milk, pay for it, so we provide an income to local farmers, then make it into products which Indonesians are happy with and proud of. The second thing we do is we provide technical assistance and dairy know-how to help these farmers develop their dairy farms to become more productive and therefore more profitable. And we bring all the knowledge we have of dairy farming, which is 150 years from 10,000 farmers.
And it's
So we know a
worked.
little bit.
Yeah.
And we help them to succeed here in Indonesia in growing their businesses successfully. It's an important part of the
Are you
company.
are you trying to get more? Are you
Yes, if
going
you
to
look
need
at it
more, right?
longer term, the opportunity to still increase and support local dairy production and farming is there. We also have to realize that's going to be a step-by-step process because we have to bring knowledge, equipment, understanding, and then over time, step by step, we hope to be able to increase local production of milk. And our key role is to make sure that your Indonesian farmers have a secure and a good place where they can sell their milk, and then we bring it to the market.
Okay. Any key challenges that you had to face in raising the standards, especially for?
Well, of course, there are always challenges because we have to realize that the climate of Indonesia is, of course, different from the Netherlands.
Okay. So how do you make sure the standards are the same?
Well, what you do, first of all, you have to start with accepting the fact that some things are different. The climate is different, the food is different, some of the practices are different, so not everything is the same. And you always, as an international business, you have to adapt to local circumstances. And, to your point, even though the setting may be different, you at the end of the day want to come to the same high quality products.
Right.
How do you do that? By investing strongly in knowledge transfer, coaching, experience sharing to allow Indonesian farmers to step by step make a step up, and to make sure that here in our factory we have first-class quality standards. So we also check the quality of all the incoming milk, and if there's something which can be improved, we then talk to the farmers and they can make the improvements on farm. That's actually not different from what we've done 150 years in the Netherlands either. It's teamwork between farmers and the factory.
Okay. Very well, and that's, I think, all the time that we have for this wonderful conversation. Again, congratulations, Pak Jan Derek. We hope to see you soon.
Well, thank you for taking the time, and for us it's a real joy to be here in Indonesia, and we look forward to a fantastic future here.
Very well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Dan pemirsa, demikianlah special interview untuk kali ini. Saya Kania Sutisnawinata, sekali lagi terima kasih atas perhatian Anda. Sampai jumpa.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download Metro TV Extend sekarang.